shoot, it's 2T, we're back.
There we go then.
Yes, we need to go straight away. Kind of. Not really. So, we're going to be disappointed now.
Entertainment World. World of Entertainment. Thundercats.
Okay, thanks very much anyway. No problem.
So we've got the original Ridge Races dual case size for £4.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's not going to be...
I think these are pretty decently crossed. Decently crossed.
Other way.
Pulls it the
You're on Facebook at all or anything, mate?
Oh, have you got a website?
You post anything if you have like hundreds of these guys, you can put a picture of them.
Yeah, I've got some more that I've got sort of decent bits of them, stuff like
You trade stuff in as well, so you can trade things.
that. Yeah, that's what I mean.
A lot of stuff everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah, I've got a lot of stock.
Thank you so much. You'll have to come back when I've got a bit more time.
That's fine.
There's a lot of stuff.
You do need time.
Fucking hell.
Shocking, isn't it, the amount of it? Yeah, it's going to rank up against the GameCube.
Do you think there might be one person or two?
Fucking hell, Brave Star. Remember Brave Star?
Oh, double case. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, I've still got it for you. You want that, don't you?
It's a good album.
I wouldn't use it good at
You know,
Yeah, look, you can have it for £3.
yeah, you're right, mate.
2T. Chris wants to buy this.
Push. Oh, boss.
Push.
From the event itself, from Vintage Game Man, I didn't get a little flyer. To find the details, I'll put them down below. There's a lot of Master System there. If you collected for your Master System, man, you would have been all right. I think Jay got a cracker. I've shorts from this store, but I'm diversifying a little bit. And it would take a genius to work out what format I pick games up from off of them. So in front of their little table, they had a box just full of PS1 games. And they said something like 3 PS1 games for a tenner. So I'm straight in there, rummaging around, and there's a few little titles in there. I thought, actually, that's not a bad one, I mean, being me, cheeky bastard, I thought, well, do you know what, I'm going to get 4, and I'll see if they'll do 4 for a tenner. And they went, yeah, that's fine. I was like, oh, nice one. So I picked 4 out, and I think they're all right titles, you know. Now, first up is, and it's got £2 on it, but technically, okay, it's cost me £2.50, but it all evens itself out, you'll see in a minute. Special Forces, CT Special Forces. So you think, well, that's a load of shite in it. I would probably tend to agree with you, other than the fact that something in the back of my mind, and I'm not sure if it was Rob, Champion 2D Rob. It was shorts from the GBA as well, but it is like a metal, funny enough, Metal Slug. It's like a Metal Slug clone-esque type game. They're all complete, all in great condition. So I thought, you know what, for fucking £2.50, I'll have a punt on that. And then another one I found in the box is a Shadow Master. So Psygnosis game. I have no idea what it's about, but it looked quite interesting. Looks like a first-person affair. Broken Helix, or Helix, whatever they say, the Konami game. Again, all complete, all in fantastic condition. Now, I think this one is, yeah, it's a first-person sticker on it there. Connect Game Exchange. I think we'll try and get that off. And then lastly, Sentinel Returns. Again, another Psygnosis game. So Sentinel, I believe, was it Amiga? Sentinel in the middle of the art. I haven't got that. The premise of it. Jeff Crammond, that's it. I'm sure it's like an Amiga type game. But again, in great condition. So £2.50. Well, I'll have them. Later on, right towards the end, but I'll include that just from the same store. What was it pointed out? Chris went, "Oh, there's a bargain bin over there." And I was like, "Oh, what do you mean the PlayStation one?" Again, it's like saying that at the end of the day. I said, "No, a bargain bin." So, oh yeah, so I said, "Oh, it's all full of Xbox." He went, "No, look, there's PS2 in here." And I wandered over and had a look, and I found this game. It said free on it. I don't think you got it literally for the case. Michael Owen's World League Soccer. I'm not at all interested in it, but other than the case, it's absolutely fine. One little dink in it. That's it. So for nothing, for free. I love that. Because I'm a tight ass. Top up. Right. So that was that. Then we went to Entertainment World. I'm going to put something in here. There we go. Right, so we went to Entertainment World. Not been here before. I've seen Rich King Retros been there. Can't remember if anyone else has been there. Some people might have mentioned they've been there. Perhaps Tim and Chris. Not sure. There was nothing in there really for me. It's a very higgledy-piggledy shop. I think it's the best way to describe it. A lot of very busy. A lot of stuff everywhere. Not really in any order. Like orderly chaos, I think is probably the right word to describe it. And there's a few things I looked at and I was interested in, and then when I got down to check one against the Vampire Hunter, looked a great game, great condition, had a tenner on it. He checked on eBay, goes, they're selling for like £4-6 to do, and I was like, I'm not paying double. But I think they've got that much stuff, I don't even know what they've got. What may be part of the problem. It's everywhere, and I think because they're mixing a lot of sort of collectibles in with a lot of in with everything, and did a whole. This hasn't got a price, and there's a PC Engine game didn't have a price, and only got a price, and that goes on eBay, checks it. You know, it just puts you off a little bit. Not in a bad, you know. The one with that is lovely, but that's not what I want to be doing. You know. So I didn't pick anything up from there. I'm not sure if any of the other lads did. I think Carl got some bits, but there's nothing there. I mean, great shop, you know, don't get me wrong, and say nice enough staff. At this point, I'm pretty sure it was probably about 12 o'clock, half 12. So let's get something to eat because it might be a bit cheaper. So a couple of half the lads went over to like Greg's. Me, Jay, Carl, and Dal went into like the local fucking Heart Attack chicken shop. And it was fucking, I mean, I nearly said to him, yeah, how hot it is here, that's how, in this chippy, that's how hot my fucking room gets. Because it was like, fucking can't breathe, man. Sausage and chip, sort of, you know, treated Jay like, and he fucking had like chilli sauce in it. I had a bit of chilli sauce. The chips had just been cooked, but that man, he's got a fucking mouth like a furnace, because he just had these chips that are like, fucking burning the god, my god, he was like shoveling them in like 4 at a time. Don't know how you did it, mate. Don't know how you did it. So that is like fucking crocodile school of eating. Fucking red hot. So we had a bit of a munch. It's quite interesting from Carl's perspective, because Carl had chicken and chip. And he was like, fucking hell. He goes, can't believe that. He goes, what's up? He goes, how cheap is up here? He goes, and it cost me like, I think he got chicken and chips for £4. He goes, it cost me a tenner back home. Cheap up north, cheap, mate. But yeah, I think, you know, it was nice to have that break from the event. Look at something different. Then Jay, this was like a pre-agreed purchase. I'd given Jay a PS2 and King of Kong Fistful of Quarters DVD. Jay had put this up for sale on Sega Galaxy, 40 bones. So, you know, 40 quid off of Jay, which is you know, fair price for the game. It is a Story of Thor. You know, it's Jay's, one of Jay's games, so it's all not, I didn't even look at it. You know, it could be fucking, could be empty. I think so. I showed the Earth pics on there. The label's nice. There's a little bit of writing on the instruction manual, but I ain't gonna fucking moan about that. So thanks for that, Jay. Really do appreciate that, buddy. He's managed to squeeze it into one of these cases. So yeah, I mean, there's a follow-up to this, Beyond Oasis on Saturn. But yeah, thanks, Jay. And at that point, then we went to another game shop. This is where things get a bit interesting. This is I think this was a fucking sign of what was going to happen at this point. So this other shop was only meant to be about 1.3 miles away. Not a great deal of distance at all, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Fuck me, it was like, what are the ways with Birmingham? Diversions, fucking things being closed, all kinds of shit going on. So when we were going off, I don't know if I mentioned this, when we were going off to Entertainment World, the junction was closed, that was blocked, so we had to go to the next junction over and then come back round into where we were, which weren't too bad. Even around where Entertainment World was, roads were blocked off. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? So then we said, right, we're going to go to this other game shop, and I'll show you. So Entertainment World, yeah, I'm not familiar with Birmingham. It's in Shaldon. What's that, swag? It's in Shaldon. And then the other shop, which I think only Chris has been to before, Tim, so I haven't been here before, it's called Game Smart.
Right, on his way to Game Smart.
Ah, you're in the right thing parking there.
See, I couldn't get any closer.
No, you block the road then, don't you?
Yeah, and then I said, shit.
Imagine living near this, living up in there every day.
You would if he's got some stuff that you actually want.
Yeah, true.
If he's not got stuff that you want, you ain't going to be spending any money.
Always good to have a look in every now, you might find something.
How did you find this one?
I think you told me about it, didn't you? I think you sent me the link about it.
Fucking Wonga.
Draw down on your wages.
I'm assuming they got here. Where's...
I don't know. They were right behind us, weren't they?
If you want it, go up, mate. Yeah. No, go upstairs, I'm sorry.
I take it like swords and goes around.
And that is in, I'm sure it's Yardley. Yes, Yardley. I'll show you the flyer in a minute. Only 1.2 miles away. Fuck me, it was a right ball ache. Daz got lost. We couldn't park. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the flyer. So it's Martin. So nice to meet you, Martin. I will send you this link to this video on your Facebook thing. So yeah, Game Smart. And I'll show you the little doober there. And I'll put, obviously, he must have a website. He's got a website. Yeah, gamesmartyardley.co.uk. Right. So we get into the shop. There's a lot of stuff. It's one of these. I suppose it's more akin to CEX, but CEX with retro. So it's got a lot of DVDs, a lot of CDs, and all that kind of shit going on. Then on the right hand side, you've made like all the retro stuff. And there's a lot of nice stuff in there. There's no doubt about it. You know, a lot of nice choice titles, all in nice glass cabinets, well presented. All the box consoles above. You know, if you had the money, you could fucking spend a small fortune in there. I would probably say compared in terms of a layout and setup compared to Entertainment World, he was head and shoulders above it. Honestly, you could see what he wanted. He had all his PS1 titles, all alphabetical, which is great. GameCube, all alphabetical, great. So I was after NFL Street 2, just a manual. So have you got NFL Street 2? Let the ends know. You know, it's just, that's what you want. So all the PS1 titles, all alphabetical. A lot of nice loose end SNES games, NES, box Mega Drive, you know, bit of everything. GBA, Game Gear, Jaguar, Dreamcast, all the usual suspects. So we're looking round, and Chris got Mega Drive game he needed, and something else, and a loose car. And I said, oh, chuck this in for me. And fair play to Marty, he got £2 off, so I got £1 off one of my game, and Chris got £1 off one of his game. So I picked this up for £3, which is still a great buy. It is Shinobi 2 on the Game Gear. So I'm still waiting for that leeway on beer then. I'm still waiting for Hyperkin to release the adapter for the Game Gear. Fucking useless bastard. So yeah, for £3 I managed to get that initially. I think Dad's got a few bits from there. Tim got a great buy from there. So Chris got some. Not sure if Carl got anything. I'm not sure if Dal bought it. I can't remember. And then what happened next? So at that point, I mean, I sort of filmed outside. I wasn't even consciously thinking of that filming inside. So 2 cars. Dad was in one. Dad was driving one. Tim was driving the other. We got split up. We found their way back anyway. So we walked in. So we bought all these odds and sods. And I said, didn't even think to get the camera out at this point. And, I think we were all near enough about done. Obviously Martin, when I know his name's Martin. He went, oh, do you guys want to come and look out the back? And we were like, and I literally was the first one behind the counter. I was like, fuck yeah. And I shit you not, I'm not trying to sort of spin it out like, ooh, look at us. But I even said to the guys, so this is like some out the fucking Game Chasers. And I shit you not, that back room was exactly like what you see in the Game Chasers. And I got my camera out and I did ask him, I said, look, is it okay to film? He said, no. I was like, fuck. Because that, honestly, the footage, even the guy said, I would have like spun it out like a spoof Game Chasers. Because it was just like what you see them going through. I shit you not. Fucking boxes of stuff, pulling it down, looking in it. Oh man, box Transformers. Fucking OG, I don't know if he watches this, Monkey Spaz, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you tell, oh, come on Stu, Retro Prime, Paul to watch this. Paul, you need to go to that shop. He had box OG, Generation 1 is it? Galvatron in the box. He had a box that just said label, just Transformers. Not even out of the store. I don't know what was in the box, it was up on the top shelf. But he had so much cool stuff back there. Fucking frightening. I think most people bought more stuff from the back of that room than they did out the front. I mean, I was down one side looking at. I managed to find this box that had like loose manuals and stuff. That's why, you know, the odds and sods, the little trinkety bits. I was really interested. I found a manual for a Darkwing Duck. Because I think we've got the game for that, and I kept getting that from him. No offence, Martin, but it was like some sort of joke. Like this, I think we might have a game for that. I'm not going to be able to buy anything, am I? I'm going to say that for everything. I found something, and he did me a great deal on it. Must have been absolutely stellar. And then I seen something else that was buried beneath like this massive fucking Tomb Raider statue, Perspex Tomb Raider statue. The guys on the other side, they were like shouting out stuff. They found stuff in the cabinet here, there, and everywhere. And I must have been in there 45 minutes. Shit, you know, it felt like 5 minutes for me. I could have spent like 2 hours, 3 hours in there. Martin was getting a little bit twitchy because we weren't out in the front of the shop. The guys were saying to me, oh, there's some stuff here, some stuff there. And I went round to where they'd pointed out some PS1 titles, looked at them, turned around, I looked at the shelves, and I see this other banana box, Craig's banana box. And I pulled this fucking box out, none of the guys must have glanced past it. pulled it out, and inside was like fucking Super NES US NTSC Gold. Some of the fucking games were absolutely bouncers. So I picked a few choice titles out, give them to Martin to price up. Obviously he went to eBay, got his price, which is too rich for my blood at that point. But absolutely brilliant to see. Martin, if you're watching this, dude, man, I told you, get rid of them fucking DVDs and them 20p CDs and get this shit out there. Honestly. But fantastic. Probably scratch the surface. Literally scratch the surface of what the guy's got. I think he even said, I don't know what I've got here either. Yeah, if any of you guys are local, Game Smart, definitely go and check it out. Now, whether or not he'll, give you the opportunity to go out the back, probably, I don't know. We don't even really know why he let us through, but probably because we all had like geek shirts on, and obviously we were collectors, so he obviously appreciated that. Now, whether that influenced the prices he was giving us, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if he'd been, and no offence again, Martin, if he'd been a little bit more sort of accommodating the prices, I think you could have probably had about 400 quid's worth of money out of us combined. But yeah, he's got a price in mind. What he wants to sell something for, not a problem. There will probably be a revisit where I've got a bit more kishish in the pocket. Sure, because I say, the stuff he's got in there is fucking frightening. And it was definitely Game Chaser-esque, and I shit you not. There's people shouting stuff out all over this little like storeroom. Oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. Find this. And, obviously everyone's got their own niche, and I was absolutely gobsmacked with the Transformers. I don't collect them, but I do appreciate them. I think they're fantastic to look at. I'm just seeing this box Galvatron and other stuff that the guy had. Oh, it's brilliant. So I could have spent fucking hours in there, just like literally going through everything. And then so that was it. Some of the guy appeared. Afterwards we went, who's the guy with the blue t-shirt on? We don't know. I don't know if you knew him, because he wasn't with us, but he seemed to sort of like tag along and come out the back, and we were like, I don't know who he is. I don't know where he came from. I think last time I seen he had a pile of Super Nintendo manuals. But yeah, some random blue shirt guy appears. Followed us around, I don't know who he was. But so what Martin very, very kindly, I mean, he hooked me up big time here. There's two of these, if you like. One was structurally a lot better, but it had one massive downfall on it. On the back it was like scratched, it had like two big rips in it, like two big like scrapes across the thing. This one is structurally less sound, but only has one bit of damage to the box. So I sort of said to him how much his box, he said 15 quid. I was like, oh shit. I then found this other one. I said, look, it doesn't look as nice. Would you do a 10? He said, yeah, I'll do a 10. So I'm having that fucker straight away. And obviously, then looking around, find these SNES games. So he wanted to go and rate for them. So I said, well, I'm definitely having this box for a 10 for sure. So for me 10 quids, right? I might not, just to prove I have got what I said I had got, which is why I wanted it for a 10. He did me a stellar deal. He did me a box with the inlay of Super Smash Bros. So as you can see, there's a dink rip there. Other than that, it's just a well-worn box. It's not mullered, it's not fogged. It's just got a few. It just looks well-worn, right? It's not sun faded or anything. But what I have got is I have got the manual and I got the game. So now we're gonna combine the wars or reunite or whatever you want to call it. We now have a complete, although not mint by, but still it's fucking complete Smash Bro. See, even with the weight in it, that feels a lot better. So Martin, Thanks, mate. Honestly. Well happy with that. Well happy. So it just looks like it's been a well played copy, that does now. I think the cart and the manual fit. If I had a mint cart and a mint manual, it probably wouldn't go with that. Mine are, again, slightly worn, you know, slightly played with. So it fits. Then, as I bought that, he said about this particular item, which I dug out from underneath one of his cabinets. It's a like a good rummage, and I looked at it, I've seen it, I thought it's really interesting. I've never seen one of these before. I've seen there's a different variant to this. I mentioned it, he goes, oh, but I've got one for the N64. And I said, oh, it's like the flight case. He says, yes, and I've got one of them. But I put this back, moved it all around, and he, as I paid for the game there, he said, oh, were you interested in that case? I was like, no, be alright. He goes, no, that's for free, as a gift. I was like, what? He said, no, you can have it as a gift, you know, from me to you. I was like, really? He says, yeah, you can have it for free. And he very, very kindly has given me, and it's quite a funky GameCube, like holder. What you do is a hole at the top, so you put the GameCube inside there, with a handle popping out through the top, so you carry it to the GameCube handle. It's all like all legit, you know. It's not, this is not fucking any old shit. So I was well chuffed with that. Actually, it looks like instructions. I got all the, excuse me. Receipts. Yeah, just a couple of instructions. I didn't even know they're in there, so sorry, Martin. There's some instructions. I don't think you're that bothered about them anyway. But I just thought that was really neat and cool, man. You know, funky little GameCube, you know, licensed for free. Okay, Martin, many thanks, mate. I think most of us would agree that visit really made the day for us. Because everyone's absolutely blown away with the stuff that was out the back there. So from that end, obviously we went attempted. This is where things got really like, oh for God's sake. So we went from Yardley. We had to go from Yardley to the M69 motorway, which on paper is about like not even 3 miles, and it took us an hour and a half. Shit, you not. The worst traffic jam diversions, fucking car crashes, fucking ambulances and all kinds of shit. It was the worst journey back. We didn't get back to Revival till like 4:30. I think we left the shop about 3 o'clock. It took about an hour and a half to do 3 miles. As soon as we got on the motorway, boom, we were there. Like I say, big thanks to Tim Badfuck, because it was him and Chris's idea. So Tim was driving, sort of navigating, to go to those 2 shops, and I think they made the day. You know, unfortunately, like as I say, from a Revival aspect, the vendors and that, you know, top end in it, weren't really. Some of the lads, especially some of the lads that you know that I sort of acquaint with, they're looking for certain, especially import stuff. There wasn't a real great deal of that, and what probably was there, and what the items were there were probably a little bit too high or whatever. But I think that's a sign of the times. You know, the vendors, they're going to sell, they need to make money. I've been there once myself, I can appreciate it. But there's always wiggle room. But I think Revival have gone straight for strength, definitely. I think it's got its own place for me. It's a different event. So it's a lot more chilled out, a lot more relaxed, and I like that. And so the idea was basically to go to these 2 shops, barring all the fucking traffic and all that, because it should have just literally been leave at like 11:30, 12 o'clock at the first one, 12:30, 1 o'clock, back for 2, and have a couple of hours there, say sup some beers, play some games, and talk to all the lads. But never fucking transpired. That bit, I feel a little bit like, oh, shit. But the day went like that. But for sure, the highlight is definitely Game Smart. I'd say, yet again, just another cheap and nasty plug for Martin. If you're in that area, 548 Hogmore Road, Yardley. Apparently Yardley's a bit of a rough ass area. I don't know Birmingham at all. But some absolutely belting stuff in there. I'm done. Stick a fork in me, YouTube. Take it easy, I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.